I first arrived in New York City in 1999, and I didn't enjoy living here so much. I studied at New York University as a scholarship student for a year. I really loved the classes and learned a lot from some fantastic teachers. What I found a lot more difficult was making friends. Although there were a lot of opportunities for me to socialize, I often decided to stay at home and read a book instead. I love books, but I did find this boring sometimes. I didn't have much money at the time, and I was so embarrassed about it, so I avoided contact with my fellow students. I didn't want to find myself in a situation where I could not pay for dinner or buy dinner for friends, and I definitely didn't want to borrow from anyone. They probably thought I was really cold and unfriendly. Back home in Slovakia, I used to be quite popular at school. There used to be many parties at my little rented apartment in Bratislava. A lifetime ago, it feels sometimes. I returned to New York City in 2004. I got a job at a small company which sells houses and apartments in Slovakia to American customers. I work in an office from 9 to 5, which is really unusual for me, since this is the first real job I've ever had. What I find really cool about the company I work for is that they don't expect me to work extra hours for free. If there is too much work to do, I can always do it next week. Much better than back home. Although the situation's improving there, too. I visited all the famous sites in the city when I was first living here, so I don't go around like a tourist anymore. I mean, I still see the famous buildings in Manhattan, the old museums and everything every day, but these days I only go on a sightseeing tour if my family or a friend comes over from Slovakia for a visit. This time I've managed to make a lot of good friends. We often have parties and visit each other's houses. I especially like visiting Michael. He has a garden, and it's great to be outside on a warm summer evening. The only thing I really hate about living here is not getting out to nature so easily. In Bratislava, I could hike half an hour outside the city. Occasionally, I do leave New York City, but it's not often. Although the food is different and people's habits are different, I don't mind. I'm used to this now after so many years.